Kiosk Radio.
Mit diesem Zeremoniell ist der Turm seiner Bestimmung übergeben. Mit seinen über 350 Metern Höhe ist er das zweithöchste Bauwerk des Kontinents. Die städtebauliche Konzeption des Zentrums wurde auf den Turm zugeschnitten. Fachleute und Besucher aus allen Ländern der Erde bestätigen uns, wir können stolz sein auf unser neues Berlin.
Torenvorm, torenbouwen, torengevel, torenwand, torenmuur, torenhuis, torenflat, torenfort, torenmolen, torenstad. Torenbezoek, torenhal, torentrap, torenzaal, torenkamer, torenkapel, torenhoog, torenspits, torentopje, torendak. Torenuil, torenkraai, torenduif, torenhaan, torenvalk, torenzwaluw, torenklok, torenwijzer, torenvlag, torengat, torenkap, torenbrand, torenoffer, torenerwinne, torenhoogs, torenbolk, torenkroon, torenkruis, torenlicht, torenomloop, torenomgang, torenwacht, torenvormig, torenachtig, torenachtigere, torenachtigst, torenbezetter, torenbezitster, torenbekleding, torenbekroning, torengoud, torenmuziek, torenbeklimming, kasteeltoren, waltoren, zijtoren, middentoren, Veringtoren, kerktoren, klokkentoren, koeltoren, slottoren, droogtoren, luchttoren, zendtoren, televisietoren, woontoren, stadhuistoren, stadstoren, kantoren, dorpstoren, draaitoren, bokkentoren, uitzichttoren, watertoren, vuurtoren, zonnetoren, wolkentoren, wachttoren.
Standing on the high terrace at the intersection of Boulevard Pacheco and Boulevard du Jardin Botanique, We are surrounded by a cluster of the city's most monumental skyscrapers. Scanning the skyline from left to right, the Finance Tower, the Victoria Regina Tower, the ex-Dexia Tower, the Midi Tower, the Hotel Tower, the Greater Flanders Tower, the Suez Gas Tower, the Government Services Tower, the Silver Tower, the Blue Tower, the Black and Gold Tower, the Strong and Stable Tower, the Intergenerational Wealth Tower, the Belgo-African Friendship Tower, the Catholic Hospital Tower, the Socialist Hospital Tower, the Casanova Tower, the Cinderella Tower, the Yesterday's Chicken Tower, the Green Behind the Ears Tower, the Cold Comfort Tower, the Neck of the Woods Tower, the Article 5 Tower, the Ready and Willing Tower, the Fellow Traveller Tower, the Just Around the Corner Tower, the First Caliphate Tower, the Limp-Wristed Tower, the Emotionally Unavailable Tower, the Heroic Obedience Tower, the Sledgehammer Dentist Tower, and the Everything Under the Sun Tower.
mètres de haut, 37 étages, superficie utile de plus de 40 000 mètres carrés. La tour du Midi, située à proximité immédiate d'une des trois grandes gares de Bruxelles, dresse sa masse imposante au milieu d'un vaste dégagement. À côté, un bâtiment bas de 3 étages appelé bloc B.
This is the ideal tower that haunts all dreamers of old houses. It is perfectly round, and there is brief light from a narrow window. It also has a vaulted ceiling, which is a great principle of the dream of intimacy, for it constantly reflects intimacy at its center. No one will be surprised to learn that the tower room is the abode of a gentle young girl, and that she is haunted by memories of an ardent ancestress. The round vaulted room stands high and alone, keeping watch over the past in the same way that it dominates space. The house stretches from earth to sky. It possesses the verticality of the tower rising from the most earthly, watery depths to the abode of a soul that believes in heaven. Such a house, constructed by a writer, illustrates the verticality of the human being. It is also onirically complete, in that it dramatizes the two poles of house streets. It makes a gift of a tower to those who have perhaps never even seen a dovecote. A tower is the creation of another century. Without a past, it is nothing. Indeed, a new tower would be ridiculous. But we still have books, and they give our daydreams countless dwelling places. Is there one among us who has not spent romantic moments in the tower of a book he has read? These moments come back to us. Daydreaming needs them, for on the keyboard of the vast literature devoted to the function of inhabiting, the tower sounds a note of immense dreams.
Enough to make King Kong dizzy. Almost 400 feet taller than the Empire State Building, almost 60 feet taller than the present world's title holder, the Ostankino Tower in Moscow, and twice the height of anything now standing in Toronto. CN denies it was built that height just to be king of the castle. CN President Norman McMillan rationalizes the height by pointing out the number of communications transmitters it must house.
Center of Fedora, that grey stone metropolis, stands a metal building with a crystal globe in every room. Looking into each globe, you see a blue city, the model of a different Fedora. These are the forms the city could have taken if, for one reason or another, it had not become what we see today. In every age, someone, looking at Fedora as it was, imagined a way of making it the ideal city. But while they constructed their miniature model, Fedora was already no longer the same as before. And what had been until yesterday a possible future became only a toy in a glass globe. The building with the globes is now Fedora's museum. Every inhabitant visits it, chooses the city that corresponds to their desires, contemplates it, imagines their reflection in the Medusa pond that would have collected the waters of the canal if it had not been dried up. The view from the high canopied box along the avenue reserved for elephants, now banished from the city, the fun of sliding down the spiral twisting minaret, which never found a pedestal from which to rise. There must be room for both the big stone Fedora and the little Fedoras in glass globes, not because they are all equally real, but because all are only assumptions. The one contains what is accepted as necessary when it is not yet so, the others what is imagined as possible and a moment later is possible no longer.
is Liverpool, home of pop music, ships and expatriate Irishmen. That is the Beacon, the city's newest, tallest and most impressive landmark. It's 380 feet high, and they say that from its tip you can see the mountains of North Wales. But what exactly is it? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a pie in the sky, and a pretty expensive one at that. At least £500,000 worth. You see, the story goes that some years ago the City Council decided to turn this area into a new shopping precinct. And they wanted something spectacular, some sort of architectural symbol that would be a focal point for the entire city. They decided on the Beacon. Private development took over, and as the structure started going up, people began to ask, what is it?
Well, it's only an ornament, really. There's going to be a restaurant on the top someday.
Free. If it gets a high wind and blows it down, it's only made of concrete that they've poured up. Get a high wind, it's down on top of the shops.
Well, I know what it is today. It's a headache. It's absolutely nonsense. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely not. Who's got the heat up there?
And a cup of coffee is going to cost about 18 and 9.
Yes, that's what that thing is. A useless waste of money.
Well, I'm here every day for about 4 or 6 years. I don't know what this is.
I want to tell you, let me tell my vision of the future like motherfuck, it's a fucking nightmare. No surprise, but like, maybe I'll get it into your head. All I see are fucking skyscraper in 2200 and asshead 80 some shit. We be living in fucking building piled up on top of buildings, todas partes fucking everywhere. And they're run by machines that we sit in, and all of us are little bodies plugged in and part fucking robot, but like we only be tending crops, fixing wires, pouring more concrete, fucking concrete, and it's piling. The fuck up there are miles of concrete between our heads and the sky, fucking miles of it. 10,000 feet thick, and of course all the rich fucks live at the top. The money is closest to the sun, the dirty poor. We be on the fucking stuck bottom in the steel parts, the fucking concrete parts, the mother-killing parking garage of the 300-story skyscraper, of the vertical nation state gleaming like brick spit and built out of metal.
And life went by, and one day I met the man who sort of had been a draftsman, and he'd only ended up in this crazy job through his father-in-law were a bit stuck, who were a steeplejack, and he'd gone help him out, and he were like a bit of a cut above the rest with the grey matter, and he explained to me with a piece of chalk on the cobblestones in a mill yard in Bolton how you put the ladders up and how you put the staging up round the top of a chimney. First thing I've got to do is get me bosun's chair up, and then I'm dangling in a position somewhere round about here on my 3 bits of rope and a little board. I have then got to chisel 4 holes into the brickwork, 6 inches apart in a vertical plane and a couple of foot apart the other way.
crowd. A lunatic teetering on a skyscraper's cornice. A girl walking with a puma on a leash. Actually, many of the blind men who tap their canes on Zerma's cobblestones are old. In every skyscraper there is someone going mad. All lunatics spend hours on cornices. There is no puma that some girl does not raise as a whim. The city is redundant. It repeats itself so that something will stick in the mind. I too am returning from Zerma. My memory includes dirigibles flying in all directions. At window level, streets of shops where tattoos are drawn on sailor skin. Underground trains cramped with people suffering from the humidity. My traveling companions, on the other hand, swear they saw only one dirigible hovering amongst the city's spires. Only one tattoo artist arranging needles and inks and pierced patterns on his bench. Only one person fanning themselves on a train's platform. Memory is redundant. It repeats signs so that the city can begin to exist.
In vain I shall attempt to describe Zaira, city of high bastions. I could tell you how many steps make up the streets rising like stairways, and the degree of the arcade's curves, and what kind of zinc scales cover the roofs. But I already know this would be the same as telling you nothing. The city does not consist of this, but of relationships between the measurements of its space and the events of its past. The height of a lamppost and the distance from the ground of a hanged usurper's swaying feet. The line strung from the lamppost to the railing opposite, and the festoons that decorate the course of the Queen's nuptial procession. The height of that railing and the leap of the adulterer who climbed over it at dawn. The tilt of a guttering and the cat's progress along it as he slips into the same window. The firing range of a gunboat which has suddenly appeared beyond the cape, and the bomb that destroys the guttering. The ribs in the fishnet and the 3 old men seated on the dock mending nests and telling each other for the 100th time that story of the gunboat of the usurper, who some say was the Queen's illegitimate son, abandoned in his swaddling clothes there on the dock. As this wave from memories flows in, the city soaks it up like a sponge and expands. A description of Zaira as it is today should contain all Zaira's past. The city, however, does not tell its past, but contains it like the lines of a hand, written in the corners of the streets, the gratings of the windows, the banisters of the steps, the antennae of the lightning rods, the poles of the flags, every segment marked in turn with scratches, indentations, scrolls.
Magic City, climbing high, shining walls reflect the sky. Magic City in the sun, has the darkness on the run. It's growing bright, the city, light the city, right the city now. We're going to chase the shadows, erase the shadows from our city now. Air-conditioned rooms we see, that is ancient history. Old facades must pass away, like the horse, they've had their day. Old walls tumbling into dust, signs proclaiming dig we must. All that stood is falling fast, we're removing from the past. It's growing right the city, light the city, right the city now. We're going to chase the shadows, erase the shadows, no more shadows now. We'll take a city block and tear it down. We'll put a new skyscraper in the ground.
Hey, look at you, Leone.
After a 7 days march through woodland, the traveler directed toward Baukis cannot see the city, and yet they have arrived. The slender stilts that rise from the ground at a great distance from one another and are lost above the clouds support the city. You climb them with ladders. On the ground, the inhabitants rarely show themselves, having already everything they need up there. They prefer not to come down. Nothing of the city touches the earth except those long flamingo legs on which it rests, and when the days are sunny, a pierced angular shadow that falls on the foliage. There are 3 hypotheses about the inhabitants of Baukis. That they hate the earth, that they respect it so much they avoid all contact, that they love it as it was before they existed, and with spyglasses and telescopes aimed downward, they never tire of examining it. Leaf by leaf, stone by stone, ant by ant, contemplating with fascination their own absence.
Washington Tower, this is
Everything is okay. Our computer just stopped briefly, but yeah, we're getting in there again.
Washington Tower, this is...
Roger 1-4, the SNJ is now on the ground, you're number 1. 12419, clear to your takeoff position. 9009, the wind is northwest variable, 5 to 20, clear to land number 1.
Charleston, Rhode Island for Quantic. This is 05068, over. Your read, over.
Roger, runway 29, position approximately 3 miles northeast of the field. Request permission to bring it straight in.
08006, the traffic runway is 3636. Another call 3 miles south, 05046. What is your present position, over?
A quiet little place, isn't it? No, this isn't the Tower of Babel. This is just a usual day in a typical control tower in any one of 50 naval air stations throughout the country. Though this may seem unintelligible confusion to you, it makes plenty of sense to these wave operators who control the movement of traffic in and out of this airport.
And then we were in business, and that building came alive.
It takes steam valves, steam fitters, air fans, fan makers, water falling elevators, buttons, panels, switchboard cables, copper buckets, nails, plumbers, plaster trucks, pails, ships, sailors, architects, steel, iron, aluminum, bells, rivets, telephones, drills, wires, engineers, sand painters, blueprints, stone, masons, concrete, glass, gravel, steam, shovels, trains, trailers, train men, winches, welders, steel men, drivers, riggers, draftsmen, scrapers, shiners, sanders, sweepers, handlers, holders, mixers, shifters, heavers, fillers, bracers, borers, loaders, lifters, pushers, pullers, pilers, packers, nailers, diggers, builders, busters, boxers, blasters, TNT.
So today, 18 months from the time ground was broken, the building opened. More than 2 million people have worked directly or indirectly on it. More than 2,000 men have been involved in the actual job. These people come from every state in the country. Much of their work has been done in places far from the city. Now her tenants will come. Like the men who made her, from far and near, and visitors will come from every corner of the earth. And so another skyscraper takes its place in the city.
For a long time, Pera to me was a fortified city on the slopes of a bay, with high windows and towers, enclosed like a goblet, with a central square deep as a well, with a well in its center. I had never seen it. It was one of the many cities where I had never arrived, that I conjured up through its name: Euphrasia, Odile, Margra, Getulia. Pera had its place among them, different from each of them, and like each of them, unmistakable to the mind's eye. The day came when my travels took me to Pera. As soon as I set foot there, everything I had imagined was forgotten. Pera had become what is Pera, and I thought I had always known that the sea is invisible from the city, hidden behind the dune of the low, rolling coast, that the streets are long and straight, that the houses are clumped at intervals, not high, and they are separated by open lots with stacks of lumber and with sawmills, that the wind stirs the veins of the water pumps. From that moment on, the name Pyrrha has brought to my mind this view, this light, this buzzing, this air in which a yellowish dust flies. Obviously, the name means this and could mean nothing but this. My mind goes on containing a great number of cities I have never seen and will never see. Names that bear with them a figure or fragment or glimmer of an imagined figure. Getulia, Odil, Euphrasia, Margra. The city high above the bay is also there still, with a square enclosing the well, but I can no longer call it by name, nor remember how I could ever have given it a name that means something entirely different. There are no houses, and the inhabitants of the big city live in superimposed boxes. One's Paris room inside its four walls is a sort of geometrical site, a conventional hole, which we furnish with pictures, objects, and wardrobes within a wardrobe. The number of the street and the floor give the location of our conventional hole. But our abode has neither space around it nor vertically inside it. The houses are fastened to the ground with asphalt in order not to sink into the earth. They have no roots and, what is quite unthinkable for a dreamer of houses, skyscrapers have no cellars. From the street to the roof, the rooms pile up one on top of the other, while the tent of horizonless sky encloses the entire city. But the height of city buildings is a purely exterior one. Elevators do away with the heroism of stair climbing, so that there is no longer any virtue in living up near the sky. Home has become mere horizontality. The different rooms that compose living quarters jammed into one floor all lack one of the fundamental principles for distinguishing and classifying the values of intimacy. But in addition to the intimate value of verticality, a house in a big city lacks cosmicity, for here, where houses are no longer set in natural surroundings, the relationship between house and space become an artificial one. Everything about it is mechanical and, on every side, intimate living fleas. The streets are like pipes into which men are sucked up.
There was a peaceful tower here. Just a Y-shaped excavation, 30 meters huge anchor bolts. This was a scene less than a year before the opening of the World's Fair. Fabrication and erection of the amazing tower was a responsibility of the Steel Division of Pacific Car and Foundry Company. Huge steel anchor bolts, over 30 feet long and 4 in diameter, were assembled in 12-rod units, and there were 6 of these anchorage assemblies in the structure.
Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will see.
sag ich ganz ohne Frage, doch wahr, oh ja, ist was dieser Tage geschah in USA. Ein Wolkenkratzer barst dann nur stumm so herum. Ein Wolkenkratzer war wie der andere so dumm. Nur damit was geschah, spielten beide mal Krieg. Und sie riefen Hurra und sie träumten vom Sieg. Bei dem Spiel haben sie bald verlernt, wie man lacht. Bei dem Spiel haben sie alle beide gedacht, oh wenn doch ich oder er bloß ein farbiger wär, wie viel mehr Spaß machte das mit dem zehnfachen Hass. Hey, 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 hey. Und es gab den Tod, es gab Heldentum, es gab Elend und Not und posthumen Ruhm. Und es gab den Moment, wo man im Rausch der Macht sich selber nicht mehr kennt und den Himmel verlor. Sie spielten weiter Krieg mit stolz erhobenen Nasen, der Himmel aber schwieg zu ihren dummen Phrasen. Aber endlich erkannte er, sie werden doch nicht schlauer. Auf die Wolkenkratzer sandte er einen Sternenhagelschauer. Hey, 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 das Wolkenkratzerpaar war auf einmal ganz klein. Dass da Whisky noch war, fiel den beiden dann ein. Sie betranken sich stumm und sie saßen herum und vergaßen warum. Und dann fielen sie um. Hier, 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 hier. Das Wolkenkratzen fiel nun weg. Sie kratzen beide nur noch Dreck und rochen leider gar nicht gut. Sie spuckten Gift, sie spuckten Gold, sie spuckten Blut, sie spuckten Geld und ihre Wut auf diese Welt. Sie spuckten selbst sich in den Sand, sie soffen sich um den Verstand. Und dann sahen sie das Geheimnis des Siegs, und dann sahen sie erst den Sinn eines Kriegs. Es gab also doch auch im Nix noch ein Loch, sie starrten hinein, lange sehr angestrengt und haben sich erhängt.